Hello everyone, welcome to the Stealing Insight YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about trigger in Microsoft PowerPoint. So we'll be using this slide as an example of what we want to do. Now, for comparison's sake, I just want to quickly make a reference to a particular thing. So let's just put Africa here, Africa. Let's put Nigeria here. Now I'm imputing the respective maps. Okay. This is Africa and Nigeria map. However, I want to add trigger to each of these. The first thing to do is to animate the image. So I want to be using flying and floating, this floating, and I'm using flying for this. I can easily change the direction from here if I want it to move this way. So I want the African to move downward up, then the Nigerian to move up down. So with that, I already have the effects changed, and I can also decide to change the effect of these as well to float down, but I prefer it to float up while this floats down. So the next thing to do is that if we want to add this, we want to add trigger to this, because the essence of trigger is to make something appear at the point of a trigger, at the point of clicking on something. That's why they said it's a set of special conditions for an animation. So when you animate things, you can easily use the trigger to make it appear, and it makes it better. Now at this point, in order for us to be able to set our trigger accordingly, you realize that we're having text placeholder 2, and all of these, they are about cumbersome in order to be guessing or noting what it was. So the best thing to do is at this point is that if you are clicking on the image just the way it is and you come to format, you'll be able to get selection pane, which is what we use to edit it. Alternatively, when you click out and you can't find format, you can easily come to the home tab. From the home tab, you see select, and you come to selection pane, and it appears as well. So when you click on that object, it's going to be appearing here because it shows this is Nigerian map. So the content placeholder 7 is Nigerian map. Then the placeholder 4 is the text placeholder 4 is just Nigeria, the text. So that's just the Nigeria text. Then the content placeholder 6 is the Africa map. Then the next one is the Africa text. Then the title, we don't really need the title for anything. So what we want to do now is that we want to trigger this. So how do we go about the triggering? Is just to come to the animation and you come to trigger. So this trigger, we are saying at the point of selecting Africa, the text, then this map should appear. That's what we are saying in essence. So it's showing starts on click of Africa as text. So now we want to also add the same to Nigeria. So we're also saying Nigeria on the point of clicking on Nigeria as text, then you'll be able to see that. If you want to see the whole thing that has been done, you come through the animation pane. So you realize that we are having trigger here. So but let me quickly do a Ctrl Z for you to see the difference. You see that trigger Nigeria is gone. I'm also doing another Ctrl Z for you to see another thing, that this is gone. So it means we've eliminated what we've done before. So I quickly want to go through it again for emphasis sake. You click on the click of Africa, the Africa map appears. Now you see trigger Africa, then the Africa map appears. Then on the click on this Nigeria text, then Nigeria map appears. So let's quickly take a look at what we've done. So the slideshow from this current page, you can see everything is blank. By the time I put my mouse anywhere else, you see that the cursor is showing in this manner. I'm putting my mouse there, then the cursor is going to has changed. When you click on Africa, you see the flying. When you click on Nigeria, you see the flying. Now, another thing is that we can decide that at the point of clicking on either of the two, the other disappears. So how do you achieve that? You can easily achieve that by going to the animation still. Now, if you pick up any of these here, in order to get this done, it's going to replace the previous thing that you have actually placed there. It's going to replace the previous. So for you to get what you need in terms of the new, you're going to come to add animation. So for add animation, we are saying it should disappear at the point of Nigeria. So we've added animation. So we are now having two animations here. So what we are saying in essence is that you've added the second animation, and to set a trigger, let's view the animation pane. This is the animation pane. There is a trigger that has been set for the first and the second, which is Nigeria. Now I want to set a trigger that at the point of clicking on Nigeria, then when we click on Nigeria, on the click of Nigeria, right? When we click on this second trigger, what should bring this second trigger is on the click of Nigeria. So immediately we click on Nigeria, then this should disappear. So what we are saying in essence is, let's quickly make a look at a show of this from here. Now when we click on Africa, we're having Africa. When we click on Nigeria, then we're having both the Africa, and Africa left and Nigeria came on board. Now please note, there was a reason it appeared for some time the other time, because it was set on the click. So it means you must click Nigeria twice for you to achieve that. Now if you want to achieve it immediately Nigeria is being clicked, when you come to this animation pane, you can easily change this to, instead of on the click, after previous or with previous. So if it is with previous, it's going to, let's just quickly check the difference of what I've just done. Then we have the Africa. Now immediately you are doing this is a disappearing, and you can also do the same for your Africa. Let's assume that immediately we click on this, we want to achieve just Africa to appear, and we don't want Nigeria to appear. So what we are saying in essence is that you can also add a additional animation to this. So add animation. When you add animation to this, you are having, let's say, you should zoom out or disappear. So now we're having this to disappear. I want to add it to the trigger of Africa. Now, on adding it to the trigger of Africa, we'll say with the previous trigger. So with the previous trigger means once you click on the slideshow and you have this, when you click on the slideshow, this Africa, we're having animation. The animation trigger for Africa is this, and for Nigeria is this. So moving forward, we need to quickly do, okay, just to have, so when you click on Africa, Nigeria disappears. When you click on Nigeria, Africa disappears. When you click on Africa, Nigeria disappears, and that is achieved. Now we just quickly want to run through a few things in order for us to be able to also increase or enhance what we've learned now. Another thing is that we can easily use a shape to just do a simple thing. So let's quickly run through this. Now we're having this, input the text box for on. So let's fill the shape, let's say green, then duplicate with Ctrl D. Then for the off, let's use another shape fill. So let's quickly insert something. Okay, so we are having this shape fill. So we are having this. We want to quickly set a trigger for it. With what we're having on the screen, we can just come to the animation. The animation for this, we're having something of this nature. Yeah. So at what point can this on? Now let's quickly do a quick move of what we did the other time. When we click on this, we can use the format to get our selection pane. On the selection pane, this is the heart sign, the heart. Then we have the over, which this is telling us this is the off. This is telling us this is the on. With this, we already have what it takes for us to be able to set the trigger. Now, for the trigger that we're actually animating, we can just come to the animation, then we click on the trigger. On the click of on, then it should appear. Now, the second animation we're going to be adding is for this to disappear, and we can just zoom it out for it to vanish in that manner. Now, if we want to achieve the second trigger, is at the point of clicking off. So what we are saying in essence is that if you click on the slideshow of this and you are saying it should come this way, this is what is going to appear on the screen. When you on it, you are going to have it this way, and when you off it, you are going to have it this way. When you on it, you are going to have it this way, and when you off it, you are going to have it this way. That gives us what trigger can do. So trigger is a very useful tool. I hope you'll be able to practice this and utilize it in your presentation. And you can use it for video and audio. If you need any further clarification on this, or you expect us to do anything more around this, kindly ensure to drop it in the comment section. Ensure to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more resounding knowledge in the coming future. Thank you and bye-bye.